rolling?
Now we
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to How to Be a Texan.
Man, you're getting a little radio.
Nah, that was my radio voice.
your
Hey,
radio
how
voice.
y'all doing? Now we're going to roll a little George Strait.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm excited.
Yeah? What are you excited about?
Chicken fried steak. What do you think I'm excited about?
It's so random.
Hey, that's what we're talking about
It
today.
is Saturday afternoon. We're drinking coffee.
That's right.
From Novel Coffee Roasters.
But
And you randomly throw out chicken fried steak
Anytime
as
we
a
get
topic.
to talk about chicken fried steak, it makes me hungry. I want to smoke some cigarettes, have some chicken fried steak,
Smoke
and then
some
drink
cigarette.
some beer. Sit around and watch football the rest of the day.
The cigarettes?
I don't know. I just talking. You know, back
Have
in
you
the
been
day,
vaping?
No, I tell you, back in the day, everybody smoked.
I know.
Everybody smoked 3-4 packs a day.
Especially the demographic that was also into chicken fried steak.
That's right. Hey, and I'm that demographic. I'll
I
admit.
am too.
So tell me about
That's why I
chicken
look
fried
the way
steak.
I do.
Why is chicken fried steak? How does it pertain to Texas? Tell me that. I can get a chicken fried steak in Atlanta if I went
You
over
can,
there.
yeah.
Is it better here?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
Do we have more chickens here? It's not a chicken.
I don't anymore. I lost all my chicken. No, never mind.
That's sad. Well, tell us a little bit about chicken fried steak, Kevin, since you're such an expert.
Well, I'm not an expert.
You're not?
I'm an expert at eating it.
Yeah, me too.
I've eaten way too much of it.
Me too. Amen there.
Supposedly, it was invented in Texas. But I think that's a myth.
All right.
Because some of the other articles that I've read here, they have recipes for chicken fried steak going back to the 1800s and all over the South.
I would say most everything good is invented in Texas.
There is kind of a legitimate sounding story from Texas, and
Okay.
then there's just kind of a
I'll believe that one.
mythological sounding one.
I'll
give you both.
I'll believe that. Okay.
Let me give you the funny one first.
Okay.
That's probably not true.
Okay.
I'm having audio issues here. Oh, what happened?
It probably was me doing
Okay.
something bad. Sorry.
That was just an issue with the headset, I think.
Yeah.
All right, so one story is that it was invented in Texas
Okay.
in 1911. This is the one that I think is probably not true, or maybe partially true. But anyway, supposedly it was invented in Texas in 1911
All right.
in Lamesa, Texas.
Oh,
in
I
a
know
cafe.
Lamesa. Yeah,
You know
that's out
Lamesas?
West Texas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lamesa.
Lamesa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lamesa.
Yeah. No, I had some friends. We had an interim preacher from Lamesa, Texas.
You say Lamesa, I say Lamesa.
Whatever. Keep going.
Anyway, supposedly a short order cook named Jimmy Don Perkins.
Jimmy Don. That's a good Texas name right there.
Sounds like a bad
I wish I
name.
could get him on audio. How y'all doing?
Jimmy Don. He might sound a lot like Ross Perot.
I don't think so. Jimmy Don.
Jimmy Don Perkins.
That's a good one.
Apparently he was a cook, and
Okay.
he got a couple of orders in. One was for chicken,
Okay.
and then a separate order for fried steak.
Okay. Fried steak.
Fried steak.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but the legend, which I guess apparently were both on the menu,
Uh-huh.
right? But apparently the legend is he got confused thinking that was a single order,
Oh,
and somebody wanted their steak fried the same way that you would fry up fried chicken.
okay.
So supposedly on the fly, he misinterpreted the orders and invented chicken fried steak right there on the spot. That's one story.
Okay. All right. I like that.
I like it. I don't think it's true, or maybe it's true, but I don't think that's the first time chicken fried steak was ever
Okay.
done.
Okay. What's the second story from Jimmy Don?
Okay, outside of Jimmy Don,
Forget Jimmy Don.
forget Jimmy Don.
Story number 2.
Yeah, and this is not really a story, but it sounds like more legitimate historical
Okay.
kind of thing. Texas has a heavy, German immigrant population back in the early days.
We got
right?
a ton.
We talked about that with the barbecue episode.
Oh,
how-
yeah. No, we've got a ton
those settlements,
of
yeah.
German influence all throughout Texas. Yeah.
So there's a dish in Germany called Wiener Schnitzel,
Yeah.
which is like chicken fried steak, basically,
Okay.
fried in a pan.
Uh-huh.
And so, it's like pan fried veal
Right.
in Germany.
Right.
That's what Wiener Schnitzel is.
Uh-huh.
It's not a hot dog. I always thought Wiener Schnitzel was a hot dog, but
Frankly, so did I.
I was wrong.
I didn't either.
It's pan fried veal.
Okay. And
So another story is that the German immigrants brought that to Texas, but way back in the early days, and that kind of evolved into chicken fried steak all over the South. That one sounds a lot more legitimate to
All
me,
right.
actually.
Okay. So as the frontier was developed back in the mid-1800s, the German settlers came in and they started...
Of course, they brought all their cuisine, right?
Wiener schnitzeling it up.
Wiener schnitzeling it up, yeah.
And so instead of veal, since we didn't have as much veal available, we had plenty of beef.
Yeah.
And so they just started Wiener schnitzeling the beef.
Yeah. Well, you know what veal is, right?
Yeah.
What?
It's a lamb, right?
No, it's a young cow.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I always forget. Veal.
I think lamb is lamb.
Yeah, lamb is generally referred to as lamb.
Yeah, whatever. Veal.
Yeah, so
Young cow.
yeah,
How
so
young?
I don't know. Maybe about the age of Meatball. He might be at veal stage.
You know, Meatball got a wire around his neck yesterday. I had to get it off. You know, Meatball's getting pretty big.
You should have just let him go ahead and strangle out, and then we could throw him on the barbecue.
No, Meatball's pretty big, and we still need a couple, 3 more months of marbling.
Yeah,
fattening up.
Yeah.
But Meatball's getting good size.
So that's the second story. That sounds a little more historically accurate.
Okay.
Than Jimmy Don Perkins, although maybe there was a Jimmy Don Perkins who accidentally fried up some steak
the Wiener
too.
Schnitzel or the Jimmy Don. Okay, regardless. Okay, so let's just talk about chicken fried steak.
Regardless
itself.
of all that, it's amazing.
It is amazing. Now, who came up with the gravy on top? Did Jimmy Don do that, or did the Wiener Schnitzels do it?
I don't know.
Or is that just a separate awesome idea?
That may be a separate thing. Yeah.
Because the gravy.
Because in Texas, I mean, gravy is good on anything.
Yeah, but it's
all over the South. You put gravy on potatoes and chicken fried steak.
Well, I can't have chicken fried steak without just tons of gravy.
It's got to be the white gravy.
Yeah, but that really is how it's prepared. It's a steak that's fried and battered, and then you put gravy on top.
And traditionally, according to this, which makes sense, it was the cheapest cuts of steak you could get, right? Because why take a nice steak and fry it up?
Yeah.
You want to do a nice steak to fry it.
No, that's right.
All the cheap junk, batter it up, throw it in grease, fry it up.
Yeah, that's
pour
right.
some gravy all over it.
Yeah.
And it's going to be good.
So it masks the kind of the bad...
The cheapness, yeah.
Cheapness. And they would beat the crap out of that steak to flatten it out and get the kind of the gristle out or what?
Yep.
Is that what it would do? Okay.
No, not getting the gristle out, just making it tender.
Tender, okay. Good. Okay, because it was
just tenderizing it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the difference between a chicken fried steak and fried chicken? Other than it's beef and chicken.
That's really the difference.
So, but it's the same process.
Apparently so.
Okay.
Apparently that's why it's called chicken fried steak.
You
because
just said apparently 3 times.
I did.
In a row.
I was trying to gather my thoughts.
That's what I do when I go.
Apparently, I didn't know where I was going next with that. Yeah. No.
Okay. Well,
supposedly. Yeah, they just started using the same batter that they were using for fried chicken, put it on the beef, and you're off and running. Deep fry it with the gravy.
Do you have a particular spot in Texas that you've had better chicken fried steak than others?
I mean, there's a lot. You know that, well, we can start here.
Well, it's kind of a staple.
Yeah, Mama's Daughters has great chicken fried steak
That
here.
is good.
And then more recently, since we moved to the Argyle area a few years ago, we discovered Cartwright's on the square down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's fantastic.
Good chicken fried steak there.
Yeah.
And then Babe's actually has good chicken fried steak.
Well, they make such great chicken.
Yeah.
Fried chicken. Oh, my
They started with just chicken forever, and then eventually they added, I'm talking about the original place in Roanoke, then they added chicken fried steak to the menu.
Right.
And then that Bluebonnet place down in Marble Falls, was it Marble Falls?
Oh, yeah. Where they have all the pies?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
We went there on vacation a few years.
That's a destination place unto itself.
Yeah. They got good chicken fried steak there.
Bluebonnet Cafe in Marble Falls, Texas.
Yep.
If y'all had never gone there, please do, because they got the best. Well, the chicken fried steak was great, but I remember the assortment of pies was what was ridiculous.
That tall.
Yeah.
I have a picture of Sarah when she was a real little. We were down there on one of those trips together.
It was as tall as Sarah?
It was taller than her head. Like she's taking a bite. It was like that.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
How about you? Where do you like to get your chicken fried steak?
Well, now that you say that Bluebonnet Cafe, I think that was about as good as I've gotten. Mm-hmm. Now, there was a place down in Junction, Texas that we had a deer lease on, and they made some of the best chicken fried steak I'd ever had. It was a bakery, and I went there a few months ago where I had to drive from El Paso back to San Antonio one night, and I stopped in Junction just to see if that bakery was there, and it went out of business. Yeah, repurposed it some taco stand. Now I got some tacos and it was nice, but it wasn't the same.
Not the same.
Because you could get for breakfast these gigantic pancakes, or you could come back at lunch, and it kind of just depended on when we'd come out of the deer stand and go to breakfast. We would get, and you'd have your choice if we got there at 10:30 or 11 of either the incredible pancakes or this incredible chicken fried steak or these hamburgers out of this homemade bread that they made. Oh my gosh, it was incredible. And then at night we would go back into town in Junction, Texas. Way kind of, I mean, it's out in the hill country. It's real cactusy and a billion deer everywhere. And it's northwest of San Antonio on I-10 going out to El Paso. And that is a long drive. I'll tell you, that's a long drive. 533 miles between El Paso and San Antonio.
Oh, Lord.
533 miles. I Googled it, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. 533 miles.
I'm surprised it's not longer, actually.
No, well, if you take off from here in DFW
here to El
Paso, I mean, you could put like 38 states in between, you know, but it's just one big old state.
Yeah.
And the amazing thing is Alaska's 2.5 size.
It's got to be more than 500 miles from San Antonio to El Paso.
I'm telling you, I looked at Waze right then, and it's 533 miles.
Huh.
From my start to fall. Well, that's a long way.
I know.
I'd like to see you run that or ride your bike.
Oh, I can ride my bike. I can ride my bike on that.
I don't know about all that.
Not right now. But
Jimmy Don Perkins. I believe Jimmy Don's story. So
there's a few places here in this article in Fort Worth.
Right.
Let me see if you've ever been to any of these.
Hey, let me ask you a question first. So I've been on this keto diet lately, and I've lost, I don't know, about 18 pounds in 3.5 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm down to fighting weight again.
Yeah.
I could go in as a welterweight fighter if I wanted to, even though I'm not a fighter.
Yeah.
But I'm down to like playing weight again, and I'm starting to eat all the junk again. But tell me, is chicken fried steak good for the keto diet?
Nope. It's the opposite of keto.
Yeah.
All you would eat on keto is just the steak part.
And just scrape everything else off.
Because you don't eat carbs on keto.
Yeah.
So your crust is all 100% carb.
That's a shame. That's a real shame. Just saying.
I was wondering where you were going with the keto thing and the chicken fried steak episode.
I've got this carb app on my phone.
Yeah.
And if I ever have any questions about it, and in the first week or so, because I just didn't understand what a carb was, and I'm, again, 100 years old, you would think, and I'm in healthcare, you would think I'd understand what a carb was.
Not only that, you did like triathlons and stuff. You should have.
Whatever.
You should have been carbing it up, man.
I didn't say I was the sharpest knife in the drawer, right? So I'm just saying, I don't necessarily know exactly what's carb or not. And you can have so many grams of carbs per day in your keto diet, so your body goes into ketosis and eats its own fat, which is awesome. I love the science behind it now. But I would need to check my carb app, like if I went to Chick-fil-A and got some chicken nuggets. Well, they're
all covered in carbs.
They're covered in carbs, which is
fries are carbs.
Yeah, I didn't eat that, but I thought, well, it's chicken. I'll just eat that. And sure enough, just went straight to.
You got to get the grilled chicken nuggets, which are not any fun.
Not any good.
Yeah,
not any good at all.
No.
So if I got chicken,
so here's the
steak,
easiest definition I can give you.
Okay.
You've got meat. Mm-hmm. You got vegetables. You know what a vegetable is, right? Like a green bean or
I think so.
Lettuce,
asparagus.
Anything else? Anything that's not a meat or a vegetable is more than likely going to be a carb.
Yeah.
So bread, sugar.
But here's my diet.
Potatoes.
Here's my diet, and it did not include
potatoes. Are not
steak.
A vegetable, by the way.
No, I know. Or Doritos.
Doritos are carbs.
But I'll tell you, here's what I ate.
Corn.
My chickens are producing well now. I've got 10, and they are kind of all humming along. Now I think one of them is in retirement, and we've just got her, out to pasture in the chicken yard, and so I think she's done because I think she's about 4. But the rest of them, the other 9, are all doing their thing. And so I'm getting between 6 and 7 eggs a day.
Yeah.
Because I think there's a couple of them that are like an every other day cycle. So anyway, I'm getting tons of eggs, which is nice. And so I'm eating the snot out of eggs. So I have eggs, and I'll put in some bacon in the morning and some cheese. And that's all okay.
That's all keto, yeah.
Yeah. And so you can have a fantastic diet on this keto thing.
Now, what about the cholesterol issue with the eggs?
Well, I've been on this Lipitor thing for 20 years now. So
just crank a few more Lipitors in.
I guess. Now,
crank up
I will be honest, I don't know. Amy's asked me, she's like, well, what does this do to your cholesterol? I'm like, I have no idea, but I keep exercising, so it's all good. At least that's my hope. And I'm not dead yet.
Now, if you were going to go do, let's say we were going to do the Hydrant Hell again,
Yeah.
you would have to have carbs.
Oh, yeah.
You have to have carbs for that kind of exercise. Because that is where your fuel comes from.
Well, this is not a long
Well,
term.
but I don't know. They say with keto that your body's burning fat as fuel instead of carbs. So maybe you wouldn't. Maybe you could do a keto.
I'm not going to stay with this long term, but I think it's a
Ironman.
nice balance, of just easing off on sweets and breads and minimal carbs, I think if you do that, then, it's generally okay.
So let me see if you've been to, you got something to say, Andrew?
Yeah, I was going to say that I've been thinking about trying keto again.
Okay.
I've tried it before.
You tried it, you got
past.
sick instantly, right?
Yeah.
I've heard other people that have gotten sick instantly where they just need the additional nutrients or whatever.
Why do you think it'd be different this time?
I don't know. I just want to try it again because I'm doing this weight loss competition thing.
Oh, wow.
So I want to try it out.
Well, it was immediate for me. I'll admit, I felt really wonky that first week. I could tell that I was just like, my energy was weird.
Yeah. So as you're coming off of keto and you want to eat some crap, and before you go to keto and maybe in between or maybe after, tell me if any of these sound interesting. Have you ever been to Billy Oak Acres Barbecue in Fort Worth?
Billy Oak Acres.
Billy's Oak Acres. Apparently, they have the best chicken fried steak in Fort Worth.
No, but I
Never
should
been
go.
there.
I
We should put that on the list.
Okay.
Star Cafe,
I've heard of that. Where's that?
Fort Worth. These are all Fort Worth places that supposedly have awesome chicken fried steak.
Well, Texas is bigger than Fort Worth.
This article is about Fort Worth.
I'm not worried about Fort Worth.
Star Cafe.
Okay, I'm sure it's fantastic.
Babes, of course, is on the list.
Well, yeah.
Fred's Texas Cafe. You ever been there?
No, I hadn't been there.
Fred's.
No, I've been to that great barbecue place over on the river across from the Colonial. That's amazing. That Tim Love's, I can't remember the name of it, but man, it's a great barbecue.
Tim Love is amazing.
Yeah.
He has a restaurant in Denton.
Oh, he's got a bunch of them now.
Queenie's, where we go.
Yeah.
That's a Tim Love restaurant.
I didn't know that.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
So
once you stop your keto thing, we should go get some chicken fried steak.
I'm off right now. I ate a peanut butter sandwich for lunch, and I felt awesome. I feel awesome right now. I'm high energy. My body's just
Do you really
sucking
feel
it
good?
in.
There's no adjustment going back on carbs?
Well,
from
today's
ketosis?
my real first day. So
First
if
day?
I pass out,
You may pass out.
over-energized Kyle, you'll know why.
You don't look good, man.
I tell you what, there's something about chicken fried steak as part of the fiber of Texas. I think it's just good. It's good. Now, I think it's terrible for you. I'll admit, I think it's terrible for you. But it is a good treat every once in a while.
I would agree.
Yeah. So, anyway, there you go.
Very good.
All right. Well, hey, thank you all for listening to our episode of Chicken Fried Steak. You got any comments, please let us know. Or great recipes, great restaurants around Texas. We'd love to hear it.
And the radio.
No, I do like that song. I do like that song. So, yeah, that's Zach Brown and the Zach Brown Band.
Totally came in on the wrong part of that.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I'll have to edit that.
I don't care. No, I love
Let's
that
try.
song.
Let's try that again. Take two.
I love
That was the wrong part too.
I love that picking. You know, Zach Brown's a phenomenal guitarist.
I know. I've seen him live.
Well, he's phenomenal.
He's just phenomenal.
This is Zach playing himself.
I know.
And he's a great
There we
singer.
go.
He's got that good raspy voice.
Yeah.
And this is a great song. And then
This was a good album. His newer albums were
they're a little
not good.
They're a little wonky. And then he's got this other song, and it's got a radio version and a regular version. Toes, about my toes in the water.
Oh yeah. I think that's on the same album here.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It is. I got that album, and I play it a lot.
I love it.
Yeah, that's a great one.
All right, very good.
Okay, well, thank y'all. Appreciate it, and we'll see you guys soon.
Find us on iTunes, Spreaker, Google Play, YouTube, and soon to be Spotify, maybe. We'll
That
see about
sounds
that.
good. I think I'm going to go eat some chicken fried steak.
Leave us a review,
Yeah, that'd be good.
and let's go eat some chicken fried steak.
Let's do it. Get her done.
Adios.
All right, see ya.